Welcome to another Project Isekai devlog. Just to give you a little bit of housekeeping right here, this will be the last devlog that I'm doing shot like this. I want to go to a little bit more of an edited format. So that means that every devlog from here on out will take a little bit more time to do, because I will have to find like a specific style how I want my edits to go to give you a little bit more sense of urgency and quality behind it. And with that being said, this right here specifically will be my last devlog for a couple of weeks. I don't know if it's going to be your 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks. It's a couple of things. One, like I said, the editing. And also next week I am flying to Detroit because my mom's getting married, so I'm not going to be editing anything next week. And also this week I may release another devlog for next week, but that's mainly on a game jam type stuff. I'm planning on entering a game jam, so depending on if I enter it or not and also complete it or not, because it's a 2-day game jam, I will be posting, of course, that with all the finished product of the game jam next week. That's if I enter it. Another reason why the devlogs will take a little bit longer for me to put out, because that I'm trying to get to that vertical slice state in my game. I already completed a prototype, and if you want to see how that looks like, you can just click on, I think it's that eye. Like, it's so backwards, but up there in this corner, you can click on that. You can see the initial video of my devlog journey, and that shows you like how a prototype, or at least my vision of the prototype for combat and like how the stages will work. So now I'm just getting everything else into it. So I'm trying to get the things that's needed to make, basically building out my gameplay feel and my gameplay loop. And from there, once I have that built, I'll start polishing out. And I also want to release a build so people can play. With all of that being said, let's get directly into the devlog. And this one, you will see me create a metahuman and trying to get that implemented into the game. Now, will that work? Well, you have to watch and find out. So let's get right to it. All right, so with this right here, this is a metahuman creator. How this works is all cloud-based, and so you go to this website and it loads you in so you can start creating a metahuman. It's all based on their servers, so nothing is running on a computer. So you do get a ton of rasterization at times, or pixelization, because it's trying to load everything, but at times everything is high quality. So scrolling through this, you have a selection of characters you are able to choose from. Since I was looking for a black character, of course I went black, which most of this, honestly, this point doesn't even matter. You can select any character, but this is just a base that you can go off of. Once you select the character, you have these different things right here on the side. So if you look over here to the left, you are able to go through the different options for your face, hair, and your body. And you're just going to see me going through this in order. The very first one that I'm doing is blend, where you're able to blend 6 different subjects, and from there you are able to control the points of your face, and depending on what position is the person's face, that blend will go to that target. And if you select it in the middle, it's a morph in between. And so I found this just an easier way to actually create the character first. I can get some faces that I like, blend the best parts that I like, and then from there I am able to actually go ahead and sculpt it or move things. And from here at the very bottom, you have blend, move, and scope. And so you will see me just going through the blend and just blend everything out. And you can see I'm just going through the different blend shapes, and from here you have the different selections in this circle wheel, and it's the same one from here. And then if I go center, it goes to my basic one. And so I'm just choosing the one that best suits my needs, and I do that for all the different points for this blend shape. And so once I go through all the different points, from the ears to the eyes to the nose, mouth, chin, then I will go on to move. And for move, is just you actually moving the points or not. You can also choose to make this symmetrical or not. And then from scope, it goes into a little bit finding more detail. So besides just moving the mouth, or the nose, you're moving every specific point. So if I go back to move, you see all these points right here. Those are the same points that you will have when you go to the scope. And so you get to those individual points. Besides moving just the full mouth or the nose, you're actually moving that specific point. And that's pretty much it. I got what I want, which I think this guy looks good. And then from here I go to the skin, and you're able to actually start customizing the skin. There's not a lot that you can choose from. The colors are not that assertive. It's basically everything that's in this character creator is the colors and the features that you see in real life. Is not nothing that you can do too animated, like build the orc or a Asari or a Nabi from Naruto. Oh, I was about to say Naruto Avatar. So from here, I'm changing the color that I want. Then you can go ahead and do texture, contrast, roughness, and then you can add the freckles and different accents. After that, I went to my eyes, and it's the same thing from the eyes. You got a lot of detail, and remember, this is just early access, so I feel that of course they're going to add more and more over time. But from here, I'm just customizing the eyes. You can do separate left or right, switch the base color, detail color, how you want it to blend, changing your iris and your limbus and things of that nature, the different sizes and the different colors. And like the customization here, especially for how detailed this is actually pretty freaking good. And you can see me just changing the detail in the eye. And when I select between all the different, like the detail here is just amazing. I cannot compliment this enough. And even make it like, if you want to make a person that's a drug user, just bump that up to yellow, you know, get them a little bit high here. And then it's the same thing for the teeth as well. You have a lot of control from the teeth, from the gum color to the tooth color to adding the plaque. And this is just opening and closing the jaw, and then the plaque them out. Look at that. This is honestly, it's just amazing. You can do the tooth length. You can change the variation in the teeth. And then from here, we go into the hair. So everything that you see with a triangle, the little yellow icon, that means that the level of detail is only working from 0 and 1. After that, it goes to bald. So when you're trying to go to lower versus the level of detail, you won't have here. And anybody who does game dev know, or just even pay attention to games, means that the further away, the lower the level of detail, because you don't want all of that being rendered at the highest detail. Only when you actually see it, it should be at the highest detail. So the haircut that I like and that I have selected, if I was to switch between the level of details, it will have lower versions of that hair. And I went with this one just because I made one with beard and a non-beard version. And from here, you can just go ahead and mess with the roughness and the salt and the pepper. Salt and the pepper is basically just gray hair. The roughness, the best thing that I can say, especially from a black person, is that if it's at 1, your hair is like completely straight, like super smooth, and you can tell just by the detail that we have here. And I put it like right in the middle because that's usually what my hair is at. And the roughness all the way to 0 just means basically you have nappy hair, super curly and crinkly. It's going to be hard to get a pic through that. And then we just go ahead with more customization. I added, you know, go ahead and change the eyebrows. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Change the eyebrows, eyelashes, added a beard. Then I believe I switched the LODs here, right? And so you can see I'm LOD 0. This is like the best look. And then when I go to 1, that's how it will look like. And when I go, which it doesn't look that bad. When I go to 2, since I'm using that beard, I don't have any beard, but you can see the hair is going down and down. And then, you know, same thing with the mustache. Go ahead and add my mustache. Body type, not a lot of body type. They just have short, average, tall. Also have the same thing for male and female. And then you have skinny, average, and big. Not a lot of options when it comes to tops and bottoms, and also shoes as well. But again, that's early access, but at least you're able to change your colors, which I have done, which I like purple. So we got some purple going on here. And then all you have to do is just click right here at the top. You are able to switch your name. Everything saves automatically on the server. So once I press that home button, you can see it says all things safe at the top right. And when I press the home button, it goes back to my Metahuman and everything saves automatically. Then from there, I'm able to download it from the Quixel Megascan. Like this is dope when you see the detail on the rig from that animation preview. And I'm looking right now at a different beard that has multiple different level of details that I can use just in case if I don't want to use other beards. So same model, just one with a beard that I can't use in every level of detail and another one that I can. Then from there, we go into Quixel and we are able to download the actual model. And so I'm just going ahead and setting up how I want all my files to look like. And remember to export something there. I don't think this supports Max right now. It only supports Maya and Unreal. You have to have that program open, and then once you have that program open, you gotta make sure that you download the model because it saves on your drive. And then once you have it downloaded, you export it. And then if the program is not open, it's not going to export. So remember, open the program and then export. And I did everything at 2K resolution, not 4K, because I didn't want such a big file. So I downloaded it first, and as you see, it's generating. That after this is done generating, that download button will switch to an export button. And then, like I said, program has to be open for export, and you can choose what programs you want to export. If you hit that gear icon right here next to the 2K resolution, and as you can see, it switched to export in Unreal, and then successfully export it. And when I open up Unreal, it's going to have the Metahuman folder. And so right here, when you click the export settings, as you can see, you are able to switch between what do you want to export it between. Like I said, right now only works on Unreal Engine and it only works for Maya. And so with everything exported, the biggest thing that I wanted to do was to test this stuff out. So the very first thing that I did, I went ahead and opened up the blueprint itself so I can see how it looks like, and I duplicated the blueprint because I'm trying to get it imported into my game. So everything is exported, and then from here I was trying to get everything to work on the same skeleton, because the way that I found out that they did it was the exact same way how I did the character creation or the character creator in the Mass Effect game, which you can see in the top right corner. And with that game, at least the whole body is basically using the same skeleton besides the face, and it's its own skeleton. And the face, it parents on to the body skeleton. So what I was doing here was trying to copy and paste all of the different static meshes and put those to its own skeleton and see if that was to work. Which TLDR, it did not work. And so I have to find another way around it, because I built the whole blueprint. This is me before knowing that all of that works. So I spent hours on trying to get this to work and it didn't. And this is just me looking at my current blueprint and trying to copy everything over to create a new blueprint to get it to work with the Metahuman character, which again did not work. And there we go. That's the final product. And so that's how it looks with what I've done. And this is me trying to build a new skeleton and got all the different static meshes to work in the skeleton. Same thing for the face. None of that didn't work. And then after talking to my friend about this and just basically being able to throw my ideas off of somebody, and somebody who's also working with this, who does this as a full-time job, I was able to just bounce some things off of him, and just talking, I was able to just think clearly and get an idea. But first, what I wanted to do here was trying to rig the character. I export the XBF static meshes into 3ds Max and trying to rig it, which I just gave up on. I'm not gonna lie, it just did not work. Yeah, like I was saying, talking to him gave me that idea of and this is just me testing everything out. And so talking to him gave me that idea of using their exact same skeleton and being able to export all my animations, so just the body skeleton, and use the faces as independent skeleton and link those together, and it worked. But I had a problem with the game, which I will show you that soon. But with this one, I was just wanted to test the Metahuman face rig itself. I got it connected. I got my face connected as well. I got the live link connected, so I was able to animate it. And the only thing I have to do here is things like fix the different bones and sensitivity so it reacts to my mouth correctly, because the face app is not that good, but it's very good for tracking. As you can see, it's tracking my head pretty well. Right here is just recording a sequence, learning how to actually record, set that up, exporting it, lighting it. So I learned a lot doing this, which is great. From here, this is where you actually see me. Yeah. And so right here, I actually got everything to work. And so from here, like I said, I just used the body, and I was able to import all of those animations to it, because all of these joints, all of these static meshes, from the body to the boots to the pants, they use the exact same skeleton. From here, I was able to just go ahead and preview a mesh and add different skeleton meshes into it so I can see the full animation. And the problem with it is that since this has extra bones, you can see I have a lot of deformation in the body, and that will be the same thing for the legs and the feet, but you can't really see it, but it's noticeable to the body and the hands. I was like, you know what? That doesn't matter. I'm not going to care. Let's just go for it, because the main thing that I want is to get the Metahuman to work, which again, I got it to work, but the problem was a whole list of other issues. And so right here at this point, I'm happy. I wasn't going to care about it. I was just going to go ahead and move. And so this process is, again, getting all the animations imported so I can work with the correct Metahuman skeleton, and then get that imported into the game and test it. This is basically me doing all that. I'm gonna skip it. I did all the different blueprints, all the different animation blueprints, and got everything to work. This is the done finished animation blueprint. It's good. It's working here, right? What problem am I having? That's your question, right? What problem am I having? Let me show you the problem I'm having. So I have my character. Let's go to my combat game mode. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna change my player combat to my actual character. When I play everything regularly everything works. If I press right, I go right, left, I go left, up and down, right? Jump, all that stuff works with this character, no problem. Everything is normal. My problem is if I was to add one of these Metahuman characters. So we're gonna go the big sword one. All right, I got my Metahuman one added. So when I hit play, it works as it should, right? He's there. The problem is that when I press up, he goes down. Down, he goes up. Left, like everything is backwards. And I don't know what's causing that. So that's my problem, and I just don't have the time to go through this and fix it. I already have something working. I really would like to go for this, how Mortal Kombat has that real, and Devil May Cry, that high quality but still fictional look, like it's super hyper realistic, more stylistic, realistic, whatever you want to call it. So I want to use that, but this is the only thing that's bothering me that is broke. And since this, when I run into a problem like this, I just say skip it and I move on to the next thing. Hopefully down the line I would be able to add it, but right now it's not a priority, and so that's why I'm not using it. I see with the arms, you see it's broken, and that's because of the bones that's inside of here and not being able to map to those animations. I said skip it, and here go my list of errors, and then when I go to my list of errors, it's going to tell me it's my camera's fault. So maybe if I just switch everything around, and I know if I go into my settings, my project settings right here, I should be able to just go ahead and go to my inputs, and like for my movement, if I switch these around, I'm pretty sure that will work, right? And then I'm gonna hit play and it may work. See, look, yep, I was right. Forward, backwards, it works just fine. Camera works as well. Then if I hit back, I still get errors. I want to see if they the same errors, so I cleared it out. Yes, they are the same errors. Don't know why that works like that, but I got the Metahuman working. I have the Metahuman working into the game. Again, something that I will have to work on in the future. I will definitely go ahead and incorporate it in my game because I like the way that it works. I will start streaming soon as well because Mass Effect will be coming out, and I love Mass Effect. One of my favorite games of all time, favorite series of all time. I'm just gonna use the Metahuman as my avatar, and so you're not gonna see my face, you're gonna see the Metahuman on screen. So I'm gonna have to customize the bone joints and the sensitivity so I can mocap correctly. But yeah, that's it. If you like what you see, please give me a like because it helps me get noticed in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe, give me context. Feel free to share the video. Let me know what you think about the Mega. Should I stick with the Metahuman? Should I fix it? Are you excited for me trying to build out this vertical slice? Like, I would like to know your opinions and your thoughts. So until next time. I messed up. If you are having a bad day, don't worry, because until next time, I am here. Again, I messed it up. I don't know. I'm gonna find a nice closure, but see you again. Enjoy the video.